I've lived in Unadilla for 35 years. Linny and I had all our children in Unadilla, and they were reasonably well spread out, so that Jack came first and then 3 daughters after that.
Jack, as the eldest, was very responsible and caring for his siblings. In January 1999, Jack was really elated because he'd been accepted by RMIT in Melbourne to continue his course that he'd started in uni. And he was on a real high. He was so excited because he was moving to a new city. Adam and I and Tilly and Ruby were in Sydney on holidays. Always in January we went to see family on the East Coast.
I received a sort of a garbled call from a policeman, but then the phone call cut out, so I didn't really know why he would ring. Eventually, after 5 hours, I got a better message that we're at a social engagement 25 k's out of Sydney, and we were told to go down to the police station.
When we were travelling in the car, I just kept saying, oh, please don't let Jack be dead. Please don't let him be dead. And Adam said to me, Lenny, you've got to accept he probably is dead. Please understand he probably is dead.
You're going to a police station, there must be something fairly serious going on. And that's what happened. You sit around and you wait for people to tell you, and those people are looking for information, and you wait in a room and you walk into the police station, and those conversations that I had with my wife about what might be going on, they're just etched. You know, it's like the death of JFK or something, they're just etched into your brain.
And it wasn't until the policeman took us to a side room and the first thing he said was, I'm sorry. And I just, Jack's dead. He didn't say anymore, I just knew then because he said, I'm sorry.
You're so stunned you just stand like an idiot. Say thank you very much. We chose to drive to Adelaide because I had so many kids and people with me, so we drove to Adelaide. Major crash has special people that work around the clock. They have a little bus, and we got them at 1 o'clock in the morning. They came round and did it right then because they know that that's what you need to do. So we went down the dark alleys and opened up a building and turned on lights, and there they politely show you through a glass panel what they can show you of your damaged child. It's a very important process because otherwise you can't believe it.
When I looked at him and so I could see his profile, he looked like a beautiful boy, our son, but when I stood on tippy toes, his jaw was broken. It was all his face was distorted on that side.
The sight of my own son lying on a slab was, I think it's probably the worst thing that I've ever seen.
On the night Jack died, he left his house in Adelaide at 11 and he was driving up to visit friends. He did quite a few hundred kilometres away. His car went across the road and he crashed into 2 girls coming the other way, 2 nurses, and the 3 of them died instantly on impact.
So their car was almost atomised, and Jack's slightly heavier car was just a complete wreck.
He didn't have any drugs in his system, he didn't have any alcohol, he fell asleep. He was a perfect statistic, He was 20, he was rural, he was from the bush. He was used to driving long distances, but he just pushed the limit.
I'm just shocked at how little preparation there is for that physical sensation of of that huge change that occurs in the family when the other person's simply removed from it.
I'm sad that he didn't use his swag, but he was 20, and he was really into life. He didn't consider that it was a danger.
Seems embarrassingly pointless to die in that way, as if it's a personal failure that we haven't made things more secure.
And 3 of them died because he fell asleep. And, and I have to... I felt guilty about that for so long.
Fundamentally, Jack's at fault because he's on the wrong side of the road and driving beyond his capacity. It's like driving beyond speed capacity. He chose to drive. He didn't drink, he didn't take drugs, but he didn't recognise that he wasn't a long distance driver, unlike most of the members in his family. So he just made an error that 20-year-olds make. Everybody thinks they're bulletproof at that age.